elections. Let's begin Weekend Prime with the top story where the Azimio coalition has termed the first year of the Kenya Kwanza administration as difficult, dismal and disastrous. While releasing the ratings of President William Ruto's administration, Azimio leader Raila Odinga stated that corruption, poor leadership and the abuse of human rights continue to haunt this regime, asking Kenyans to brace themselves for harsher economic times. And as Chris Sairo reports, Raila has asked Kenyans to sit tight, actually after managing to collect more than 10 million signatures.
Days after the Kenya Kwanza administration marked their 1 year in office since taking over the reins of power, Azimio leadership led by Raila Odinga released ratings of President William Ruto's leadership. The opposition was blunt in their ratings, stating that the President William Ruto-led government has performed dismally despite all the promises they made during the campaign period.
Kwa upande ya kilimo, wamenguruma mara mingi hapa na pale. Kwa upande ya miundo msingi, kwa upande ya elimu, kwa upande ya nishati au kawi, na kwa upande ya huduma kwa vijana kwa jumla, kwa upande ya ajira.
When the stock market goes down, what essentially investors are saying is that we don't trust this regime. We cannot give you our money because we cannot trust you to pay. So a big story is also told by global credit rating agencies, which all have agreed to downgrade. And we saw the African Union, I think, trying to fight back for Kenya, I think through the influence of this regime. But those figures are scientific. Kenya is not credit worthy.
More of us are hawking than we were a year ago. We are borrowing for things that we were not borrowing for last year, primarily education, and I'll show you the data in a moment, and we are defaulting more than we were doing last year. We are closing businesses more.
According to Azimio, corruption continues to undermine any efforts of launching new projects, with only a few in government benefiting directly and individually.
Ongea na wananchi. Lakini vile mmejua tumekuwa tukisanya masahihi kutoka kwa Wakenya. Masahihi tumesanya imeshafika milioni 10 na zaidi. Sasa imetosha gari. Na tunajua yale kile ambayo tutafanya na hiyo sahihi. Mara hii haitakuwa sisi tunaambia wananchi warudi kwa barabara. Hapana. Wananchi wakirudi watarudi kwa mambo mengine tofauti kabisa.
That it has been so disastrous that even Parliament themselves said that the 2022 examinations were the worst conducted. They were marred with malpractices. Cheating is back.
The key drivers of inflation have been mismanaged. Because what are they? Kenyan inflation is primarily food, fuel. And those two key drivers has been mismanaged.
The coalition accused Ruto's administration of failing to give millions of youth jobs that they had promised, but instead harassing youth, especially in central Kenya.
Vijana wanahangaishwa hapa na pale ati wanaingia katika mambo ya ulevi. Vijana wanashikwa, wanapigwa, wanawekwa ndani. Ikifika saa 12 usiku ni kama wamerudisha ile hali ya hatari ya mkoloni.
In the last 11 months, they have recorded 128 cases of extrajudicial killings, and that they have recorded 482 cases of torture. They say that in those 11 months, the torture cases have doubled.
Mfanyabiashara moja anatishwa. Anaambiwa ati mambo ni matatu. Uhame utoke Kenya. Pili ni kuweke jela. Au tatu ni kupeleke mbinguni. Haya yote ni matamshi ambaye mtu ambaye anajiita rais hawezi kutumia kutisha wananchi.
Predicting tough times ahead as Kenyans get into the second year of the Kenya Kwanza administration, Raila noted that there will be nothing to smile about. The Azimio coalition rated President William Ruto's performance over the last 1 year poorly, giving the Kenya Kwanza government a D- of 30%. Chris Dairu, KTN News, Nairobi.
So now, meanwhile, Kenya's largest labor movement, that is KOTU, has